Yesterday was all about prepping for this reupholstered bench, and today is the final reveal. So let's see how it all comes together. Walking back into this space that's slowly finding its rhythm makes me think about what the entryway means to a home in feng shui. It sets the tone for how energy moves through the entire house, and I can already feel how much energy is shifting since I began this transformation. This bench has always had a meaningful presence in the last 3 homes where I've lived, allowing for a space to sit, commune, and even pause when we need a moment of peace and clarity. It holds the everyday moments that make a house feel like a home. Creating this slipcover for this bench was intuitive and guided, like most of my projects or creation. It starts with a vision, and then I carefully orchestrate with my heart and soul. Now that I've finished sewing the main panel, I drape the fabric over the front and the back of the bench, letting the fabric fall naturally to the floor, which leaves the sides exposed. I try not to rush this part and instead observe what I like and notice about the way that it hangs. As I pull, tug, and adjust until it's even, I need this to be perfect. But I never feel stressed. I'm just in my flow, and it all feels natural and like I'm in my element. It reminds me of my truth, who I am, my purpose. This process is like life. If you take your time to observe, feel, and listen, it will tell you what it needs. Next, I measured the size of the bench, first placing the material along the sides and then moving it around until I get a sense of what I want. I then use my tape measure to measure the length and the height. The reason why I use both measuring techniques is because it allows me to visualize what I would like the finished product to look like. I lay the fabric back over my dining room table and get ready to do my cutting. Measuring at the length and the height for the sides, I take chalk and then mark where I need to cut. I do want to offer 2 tips here with this process. Make sure you use really well shears that are made for fabric. They need to be nice and sharp. And then also pay attention to the length and the width of your fabric. If you're planning to use your fabric for other projects, like I probably will for this, I want to make sure that I get the most out of this fabric. So I'm going to strategically cut off only what is needed, making sure that I'm keeping in mind what else I would like to use this fabric for. Here you can see me measuring the fabric to see how much I need to use. I really want to make sure that I just cut off enough for the sides. And of course, I'm going to go a little bit wider or longer than what I need just to make sure that I have enough. But at the end, the goal is for me to have enough of this fabric so that I could do other projects with it or make other things with it, which right now I'm dreaming of some couch pillows, but we'll see. You're probably thinking as you're watching this, like, why didn't I just clear the table off so that I can have all the space that I need? After drawing my line, I fold up the material to take back over to the bench so that I can measure once more. This is another tip I would like to offer. I always follow the rule, measure twice, cut once, but most times I measure more than twice and cut once. I can't tell you how many times I've made the mistake of not measuring enough and then cutting either not enough or too much. After cutting the fabric for the sides, I begin pinning the sides to the front and back panel. Once the sides are set in place, I start sewing them to the front and back panel directly on the bench with the fabric turned inside out. I start my first stitch about 9 inches from the bottom to leave room for a split that will form a single pleat at the bottom of each corner. This will give the bench a more tailored and elegant shape, while still keeping that soft, relaxed slipcover feel I love. Creating moments of contrast and design is where my eye is always drawn to. A little structure meeting comfort, it's what helps to draw the eye in visually. As I continue sewing, I can feel the excitement building up. And honestly, I'm so proud of myself for stepping outside of my comfort zone and creating something different from what the original bench was. This makes me think of a section in my book that I haven't yet talked much about, Beyond Detox, the Hidden Keys of Healing, where I talk about rewiring the brain and the nervous system. I spent many years in a bubble that I created for myself during my healing journey from chronic Lyme disease. That bubble was where I felt comfortable, and it encouraged a false sense of safety and reality. I've learned that true healing begins the moment you do it afraid. When you're able to step beyond your comfort and remind yourself that trust is something you can build, it's a form of rewiring old habits that once felt safe but no longer serves you. And now that I have the sides sewn on, it's time for me to flip this over and see what it is starting to look like. Next up is preparing the bottom for hemming. I use my stick pins again to measure exactly where I would like the material to hit the floor before I go over back to my dining room table and start the hemming. This time I'm going to be using a combination of sewing glue along with ironing to get those crisp creased, and then I'll hand sew. So I know you can see that I have a few different outfit changes here, and that's because I honestly did this over a few weeks, just because life is always lifing. So on this last day, I was really excited to get all of this finished and see the outcome. And here it is, the moment we've been waiting for. This is where everything comes together. This slipcover perfectly grounds the entryway with warmth and texture. I intentionally chose this linen blend fabric with its soft brown hues to ground the space and create a welcoming feel like you're home. It brings just enough depth without overwhelming the space. I wanted to create these little moments throughout the entryway, but I didn't want them to compete. And I think this blends in exactly the way I envisioned. All the elements in this bench, the texture of the fabric, the colors, the way that the light moves through and across the space in the bench plays a role in creating a harmonious presence. As I stepped back, I realized this project became more than just a design update. It became a reflection of everything I've learned about energy, balance, and healing. This is what I mean when I talk about healing spaces. One that not only looks beautiful, but feels like an exhale when you walk into the space. In Beyond Detox, I share how transformation begins when we create alignment between our inner and outer world. And standing here now, I can see that element in the textures and the colors and the feeling. It's more than a bench. It's a quiet reminder of how far I've come and how far you can come too. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned to see the full and final reveal of this entire space. Thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help my channel continue to grow.